have you guys been explicit so far about wanting to win a championship this year? And
Yeah, I mean, absolutely.
What does success then look like? I mean,
A championship.
Success?
We get it, Caitlin. You're all about the team, the title, and keeping your head down, not chasing individual awards. But someone has to speak up, so I'll do it. After a rookie season that was straight out of a Marvel origin story, Caitlin Clark should have entered 2025 as the undisputed MVP frontrunner. She shattered 62 records, carried a team from the bottom of the standings to the playoffs, and still finished fourth in MVP voting. Why? Because the media stuck to their familiar pick, Aja Wilson. Same name, same storyline. And whenever it wasn't Aja, they quickly grasped for excuses faster than Angel Reese on a missed layup.
But I will say a couple of things. Do I expect Aja Wilson to be Aja Wilson again this year? Yes. But I also know there is such a thing as voter fatigue. They don't like giving anybody MVP 3 times in a row. They barely like to do it 2 times in a row, let alone 3 times in a row. I just don't see it simply because of voter fatigue. Like it just is what it is. I also think that Caitlin was putting it together in such a way last year. They're only going to get better. And now they've got a full off season together. I could 100% see this happening. Caitlin Clark winning MVP.
But the tide has shifted and it's making a lot of noise.
There we are right there. Caitlin Clark is officially the favorite to win the most valuable player.
After months of doubt and hesitation, FanDuel, BetMGM, and even ESPN now have Caitlin Clark leading the MVP race. The tide isn't just following anymore, it's surging ahead. And this isn't mere social media buzz. This is Vegas speaking, money talking, and that undeniable we know what's coming energy backed by solid proof. If you're all in on Caitlin for MVP this year, drop a CC MVP in the comments below. Let's go.
We're not here to chase greatness. We're here to claim it. Our ambitions don't fit into headlines or highlight reels. So if you thought we arrived,
2 more for Boston.
now you know. We're not here for the moment. We're here for the takeover.
Even the media voices who spent 2024 brushing off the explosion happening in Indiana are starting to come around. The tone has completely flipped. The smug skepticism has been replaced with a whole lot of, wait, Caitlin might actually be the one. But fans have known this for months. Caitlin Clark isn't just a great player, she's changing the game. So what's behind this sudden shift in perspective? Simple. Everything. Every sign, every stat, every off-season move has been building up to one thing. An MVP season is on its way.
So let's start with our 2025 WNBA MVP, and that has to go to the one and only Caitlin Clark.
The league has no clue what's about to hit with Caitlin's impending supernova. But before we dive into her dominance, hit that like button if you believe she's taking home the MVP, and don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss a moment of the fireworks coming your way.
I truly think that this second year for Caitlin Clark is going to be like nothing we have ever seen. She has had an entire offseason to train, to get into the gym, to work on things that she struggled with during her rookie season.
Caitlin's rookie season wasn't just impressive, it straight up defied logic. 62 records. Let that sink in. And the crown jewel? Shattering the WNBA's all-time single-season assist record as a rookie. That's not just elite. It's absurd. And she did all of this under the microscope as the most scrutinized, criticized, and dissected player in the league. Imagine rewriting history while dodging weekly media firestorms. That's not just greatness. That's once-in-a-generation stuff.
Like, she broke the record for assists. I don't think people really understand, like, how crazy that is to do as a rookie, your first year doing this.
After the Olympic break, Caitlin transformed the court into her personal stage, with every game becoming a bold statement of her dominance.
Take a look at this. These are the top 3 scorers in the WNBA since the women brought home gold in the Olympics a few weeks ago. 2 of the members are of the Indiana Fever, Caitlin Clark and Kelsey Mitchell.
Anyone with a functioning brain knew year 2 would be even more terrifying for the league, but some analysts must have gotten bold, tossing out their takes from the cheap seats. After the MVP snub, Caitlin went into overdrive, averaging 23 points per game and single-handedly carrying Indiana during their playoff push. But it wasn't just her game that improved. She elevated the whole roster, all while being under a microscope that would have crushed most players. Still, somehow, WNBA analyst Newcast Duncan defied all logic in his 2025 rankings, placing Caitlin fifth behind Alyssa Thomas, who averaged a staggering 10.6 points per game. Yes, he really argued Thomas deserved MVP honors more than Caitlin.
Caitlin Clark at 5 is crazy to me, and it's crazy to me just off the rip because if we look at the MVP voting from last season, she was number 4 in MVP voting. It was Asia, Nafisa, Brianna, and then Caitlin.
The reason? Despite shattering the all-time scoring record and bringing college basketball into the mainstream, ESPN clung to the same old tired argument. She hasn't won a ring. Forget the fact that Caitlin pulled in more viewers than the men's championship game and completely reshaped the sport. Somehow, that still wasn't enough to land her in their top 5 college players of all time. It just doesn't add up.
Here's the thing. Love Caitlin. Love how she's transcended the game. I'm not going to go away from that. But in the open, we said, what makes a top 5 player? Winning. The only strike against Caitlin Clark is that she has not won a national championship. And that is the only thing that you can put against her, because the way she has dominated the record books when she was at Iowa was something you could not duplicate. She's a 3-time NCAA scoring leader and assist leader, a true point guard for the people, 3-time All-American, 2-time Naismith Player of the Year, 2-time AP Player of the Year, all-time leading scorer. She broke the records of Kelsey Plum and Sabrina. Like, literally, there is nobody who has been such a front-facing name. It through a direct reflection of her skill set, but how can you be a top 5 player if you have not won a title?
It's a great point, which is why I agree with you.
The same story keeps getting recycled, people refusing to give Caitlin the recognition she's earned. The same ESPN that once excluded her from the GOAT list now has her ahead of Asia Wilson and Nafisa Collier in the MVP race. But let's be real, it's a 3-horse race. After Brianna Stewart, the odds take a sharp dive, and the rest are just filling space. So, what changed? The signs have been there all along. The roster moves, the growing momentum. But once training camp began, people finally opened their eyes and saw what Fever fans have known all along, shining brightly in front of them. The rest of the world is finally catching up.
And I told y'all this last year. Well, I didn't tell y'all this last year on air, but like we saw when they took the pictures with Christy Sides, like when she pulled up on them at All-Star game, her, Kelsey, and AB, and everybody just kind of like rolled their eyes and walked away like she was a groupie.
Yeah,
that told me everything I needed to know. So when I said like she's not it was based on 2 years of seeing things that just shouldn't have been happening in the first place.
Last season, Caitlin and the Fever were winning, despite some struggles with Christie's coaching. While no one directly said it, the awkward silences spoke for themselves. Caitlin hinted at it early on, noting the lack of sideline guidance and the frustrated body language of fans, things that were impossible to ignore. Close games slipped away due to sloppy rotations and disorganized plays, so Indiana made the smartest decision possible. They brought in Stephanie White, a basketball mastermind and the 2023 Coach of the Year, to take the reins and lead the team.
Yo, we cannot be short on that pass. We can't be short on that pass. One advantage that we have is that we're longish, right? So now we got to use our length. So don't make yourself small.